All right, I'll get started here. So we'll get through. So we're going to talk about, again, my name is Robb Goff, Kearney High School. We're going to talk a little bit about like unlocking, the idea of like unlocking the power of digital media curriculum in your classroom, or I would use a term I use all the time in my school, and I walk around all the time, so I'm going to be back and forth here. I can't sit there. It's quo vadis. Okay, quo vadis is a really, really cool Latin term that no one knows about because we don't study Latin because it's a nice dead language and we don't teach in Roman Catholic schools. But quo vadis means simply, where are we going? And I use this all the time. I use two phrases all the time in my classes. I use quo vadis, where are we going, and another one I'll talk about later on. But first, a little bit about myself, who I am. Again, my name is Robb Goff. My family, why do I do these things? Why do we do this? I do it because my family. Like everything else, everything goes back to them. My wife of 25 years, in August we celebrate 25, and I think I'll be on a road trip during our 25th anniversary. My son Colin, who just graduated from UNL, he's the one in that really ugly hat. Carter, who's there, he's going to be a junior at Lincoln, and my daughter Ansley on the far side, she's going to be a junior at Kearney High School. And then this past year, because not like I didn't have enough in my life to do, we decided to adopt and go crazy, and we got a dog. For the first time in my life, I got a dog. We got Rory. My wife wanted a French Bulldog. She's now 9 months old. If you ever have a French Bulldog in your life, they are absolutely pretentious beyond belief. She is completely always hungry and very, very, very spoiled all the time. Okay? But again, about myself, this is my 26th year teaching. Okay? I spent the first 19 years teaching English. That's my degree. Okay? I was a speech teacher and a coach for 12 of those years. I was a theater director and teacher for 19 years of some type of theater. I was a yearbook advisor for 5 years until we went to our brand new school at Kearney High School, and this year will be our 8th year in that new building. We just finished up, and I taught a program, I got my master's, so I taught in Lake there, at UNK in video production, or actually technology integration in schools, whatever the fancy word is. But I really kind of focused on video production. I kind of liked it, because video production kind of goes with my English background of telling stories. And so we created a media class. Had no idea what we're doing. There's no textbook out there. There wasn't 10 years ago. Okay, and that evolved. So I have a media production 1 class, and then evolved to a media production 2 class, and now I have a Bearcat Vision class, which is actually considered our highest level. That's like our in-house internship. So all I teach anymore at Kearney High School is digital media. Okay. Again, I didn't start this way. I had to evolve and learn. And our Bearcat Vision next year will be our 4th year. And I was just telling Dawn, I'm actually the same problem that she's had. She has so many kids. Our Bearcat Vision was designed for 5 to 7 kids, like an in-house internship. 5 to 7 kids. We do the hype videos. We do the commercials. We go out. If our AD walks in and says, I need a commercial, and he goes, oh, great, wonderful, we'll do a commercial. Okay? Yeah, I need it by Thursday for the basketball game. I'm like, really? It's Monday. Thank you. He goes, oh yeah, they just paid us a lot of money. I'm like, sound good, right, Jeremy? Yeah. Yeah, we've all been there. But now I have an issue with that class because it has no curriculum. Because we get things coming in. I have 26 kids in that class next year. So I gotta figure out what to do with 26 kids, which is a great thing to do. But I gotta figure it out. Okay? But we always ask, first thing I'll talk about, like, why is digital media needed? Now, we're not going into this, and really not the process this talk I'm gonna have you guys say is why digital media needed. But, you know, because we all know that. Digital media classes are starting up here. But I always preface this, and every time I do a conversation or start a lesson, kids always ask me, say, hey, ask me this question, why are we teaching this? When I taught Shakespeare, when I taught Thoreau, when I taught Emerson, why are we teaching this? Okay, no problem, I can answer that question. You know why? Take out your phones. You guys want to do this. First thing in the lesson I do, take your phones out, guys. Take your phones out. Okay, now go to your settings. And when you go to settings, go to your app usage, or how much you're on your phone. And the kids will laugh and chuckle and giggle and like, yeah. No, seriously. How much are you on your phones? And they'll say 6.5 hours. They'll say 5.5 hours. Oh, and what are you guys using on your phones? You're on digital media, aren't you? So you have administrators, or you have some people in the community. Why do you need to teach this class? How much are you on this? And what are you looking at? You know what you're looking at? You're looking at the things that we're going to create. True? Like, yeah. He goes, that's why we need this class. Because these aren't going away. And you're on these things. You know, what I think the last statistic I saw was like 5.5 hours. And you're looking at screens over 7.5 hours a day. So that's why. Okay? What we're really going to talk about is why we do it, is what's big about digital media, student engagement. And I put this on an earlier presentation I had. Student engagement can be defined as the amount of attention, interest, curiosity, and positive emotional connections that students have when they're learning, whether in the classroom or their own. Engaged students are more motivated to participate in class, they're achieving their learning goals, are more likely to resist their challenges in learning, they feel instantly motivated to gain new and deeper understanding. Okay? We want them engaged. That's kind of the point of the class. Okay? You know, this is a project-based learning. And again, we go back through it. Why are we teaching the class? And here's an example I use all the time. We had a new principal, and he asked me, he goes, why teach the class? But okay, you know, here's another reason why I have to explain this to you here on how motivated it is. When was the last time that you ever purchased a piece of furniture that was handmade? Or did you buy everything from IKEA? Like my wife, who's banned. Trust me. And he goes, no, I'm never advocating getting rid of the wood shop. I love that guy because what they do is great, and I love the smell of good cedar, and I love that. But I just showed you how we make digital media all the time, and you're staring at your phone for 6.5 hours a day, but you can't even tell me one piece of furniture, but we have never thought about getting rid of the wood shop. Ever, right? He goes, no. He goes, it's the same thing. We're creating something new. Okay? So we need to create curriculum for that new. Because we want to engage students. It's a new world. Kids want to create. So we need to find the curriculum to help them. Okay? So, you know, the idea is, what does digital media education program look like? And again, we all know Bloom's taxonomy. We're all teachers. And we go to the top there, we have application analysis, evaluation, and the creation side. Okay, and we know administrators, start throwing things like Bloom's at them, they're like, ooh, differentiated education, whoa, they start freaking out, right? Yeah, guys, we nailed this one, come on, we're made for this. I mean, we start throwing things like this to school board members, they're like, can I have money now? They're like, ooh. Okay, they still give me money, but we want the ideas. Here's one thing I always talk about here. We want to switch from users to creators. When you start typing in your computer, like a Google search, you start talking about digital media education, like, ooh, here's how to use this app. Here's how to use this platform. Here's how to use this thing here. Hoosier, am I good enough? Is your arm getting tired yet from me moving around? Okay, I'll try to move back and forth here more here. That's what, it always annoys me all the time. It's always when it's like, we're users. No, guys. We want to switch from being users of digital media to creators. We want our kids to make it. And I always tell my kids in my classes, it's like, okay, now switch your head as you're creators now. So how are you going to create this? How are we going to make it? Okay? And that's where your curriculum comes into. Okay? Now, Henry David Thoreau once said, the world is but a canvas to our imagination. That's what I start going through is our imagination. But when we do our imagination, all our imaginations are different. You know, there's 26 of us in this room. Why are you laughing at me, Eric?
I'm laughing at it.
I tripped, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. But we're all different in there. And the idea is what I mean different is, what steps to take that we want to have. And the first thing I want to talk about, like your curriculum pass here, is what is your path? Because I can stand up here and I can go through my curriculum and I have a Kearney High that I'm very, very proud of. And I've worked really hard and I've failed a lot at creating. But here's the issue. You guys don't teach at Kearney High. Okay, I have 4 levels of digital media classes. Okay, my highest level, I have kids that are I have kids in digital media. They've been through 3 different levels of digital media. The things they create are tremendous. Sometimes you guys aren't out there yet. That's fine. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. So that's what we want to talk about is what path works for you guys, for your school. Because maybe you only get one class. Like I was talking to Jeremy, you get one level, right?
No, yeah, I'm like you.
Oh, you have 4 levels here? I'm sorry, I'm talking to somebody at 1 level. You're at 1 level. And how many times have you had kids repeat that level?
A couple, which I try to tell them it's kind of pointless because you're doing the same thing.
You're doing the same thing, yeah. And that'd be really hard. Okay.
Except you want them back.
But you want them back because they can do great things.
You're trying to say you're going to be bored
but it's
because
really,
you already did all this last year.
But you're hard, yeah. So that's when we get our differentiated education. Again, differentiated education, administrative, but differentiated is really, really hard teaching. It's really hard.
Especially the same period.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you guys, what path are you going to be on? What I mean by paths is what works best for your school. Okay? Now I just put 3 of them up there. See, these are 3 of the most common ones up here. Video production, audio design, or graphic design. Okay? I'm lucky enough at Kearney High that I have a tremendous graphic design teacher. So I do very little Photoshop. Okay? I do enough that I make myself dangerous that I think I know what I'm doing. And then somebody asks me a question, I go, yeah, I don't know the answer. Go talk to Mrs. Borek. Okay? I do a very little Photoshop. I kind of learn a little bit as I go on. But again, my area of emphasis in my high school is on the video production side. But I ask this is, one of the first things I want to focus on is, what do you want to focus on? What do you feel comfortable in? Because that's important. Because you can try to do all 3, and it's hard. Or you say, you know what, guys, I really like video, so that's what we're going to focus on video. I'm really good at graphic design. Now, again, in my classes, do we do some graphics? Yep. We do some. But my main area is here. Okay? And I want to tell you guys, don't do all 3 if you can. But if you're starting, find one concentration and do that well. Okay? Think about what you want to do and what do you want to do well. Because once you get that down, then you can start dabbling in. Then you can start adding some more things here. And again, I learned this because I thought, I can learn Photoshop and I can learn Premiere. Actually, I started with Apple. I learned Photoshop and I used Final Cut Pro. And I thought I could do both, and I absolutely failed because the kids passed me by really quickly. Okay, I just wasn't good enough. So I was like, why would I keep doing this when I have an art teacher who was doing that one? So I did video. And again, that's a curriculum that I have at Kearney High, that I have that advantage because I have a colleague that does this. People don't. Some do, some don't. So find the path that fits you. Okay? And then the second step I always say when we talk about curriculum, what we want to do before we get there, the second step I always say is where's it going to be seen? When we talk about the video boards, and that a lot of times that drives our curriculum. What do you guys want to do? Okay. Now again, we still have what projects we want to make. Yeah. Before we start making projects, where are we going to put them on? Okay. Do you have video boards? And most of the people are like, yeah, we're getting video boards. You know, how many people have video boards now? Or actually, I should say, how many people don't have video boards in their school? Really, Malika, you guys don't? Wow. Just wait.
I think she's safe. I don't think you have a place to put it.
I was going to say.
Is there really no place to put it in there?
No.
Okay. Because what happens when the 80s will start figuring out, it's like, video boards. Then they'll start talking to other 80s and figure out, how much money you can generate from those things. And the money in the 80s minds, like, and money, smoke starts coming out of their ears. And then they go, we'll create this. Okay, we're going to buy this video board. And Rob, you create stuff and put on it. Wonderful, thank you. But if you guys don't have video boards, okay, fine. Are you on YouTube? Are you on social media? Okay, even sometimes social media are different. Is this going to be on Twitter? Which, Eric's kind of a Twitter type of guy. Or no, Taylor's more of a Twitter type of guy. Eric's kind of like old, so he's Facebook.
I'm like 3 years older than him. I'm not that old. How old as you, Rob?
I'm old. Okay. You know, Danielle's kind of an Instagram.
I actually don't own an Instagram.
Really? I was thinking George's kind of like TikTok, you know, but that's gonna be like communist channel that's banned and stuff like
Let's
that.
talk about that.
No.
Don't get started.
Don't get us started on TikTok. But no, guys, it's important. I always think it's important here is when you start developing your curriculum, where are you gonna put stuff on? Or is it derived for your video boards? Because you know what we're talking about here is, what are you gonna do in March? Because after March, basketball season's over, right?
So do you post on TikTok now?
I do not. We post on Insta. Okay, here's my rationale. I just started posting on Insta this year because the kids are harassing me. But I'm like, duh, that's stupid. I'm truly this. I'll say this: if you're not posting on Instagram, you're missing out. And I say this. Somebody said that. I don't know who said it to me. Who said it really well. Twitter is for like your alumni. Truly. Okay. Listen, guys. You post on Facebook
For grandma?
for moms and dads and grandparents, because that's where they're at. You post on Twitter for like your alumni, your middle something, your 20, 25, 30. You post on Insta for the kids. I get far more engagement on Insta with our students than I ever do on Facebook or Twitter. By far. If you want student engagement, you've got to be posting on Instagram.
So have you thought about TikTok?
No, I'm done.
You've met your quota.
I bet my quota.
What do you do?
Actually, no. We have some social media interns at our school. The classroom intercom. Is classroom intercom? Can they post on TikTok?
No.
They can't post on TikTok. Can't. Okay. You know, okay. I kind of stay away from TikTok to all the politics going on right now. You know what? I think Montana just banned it,
Yeah.
and it's banned on government devices. Is it banned on government devices in Nebraska? Is it federal devices? I know some states have banned it, so I'll say that's why I'm kind of staying away from TikTok. I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole and get banned and have to waste all my time. But Insta usually works. So yeah, what did Josh?
I'll push back. I repurpose Instagram stories into TikTok, and we also send that.
Have they done work?
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You know, honestly, I have enough kids this year. I might start putting it in TikTok to see what it is.
well, I mean, if you're making something for Instagram stories, it makes sense. It's the same
Same format.
dimension size. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll probably, I'll see, like this year we start going to Instagram stories, like that, not more than that. I'll probably start pushing to TikTok and create that.
I'm not great about it, but every now and then when I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, the kids get me all the time. I'll post, my first thought is posting on Twitter. We'll post on Twitter. Kids like, Goff, like, oh yeah. Facebook, no. Insta, my bad, I'm old.
We've had some content this year that has more views on Instagram than Facebook.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
and not just kids, just in general.
Just in general,
And I
yeah.
think TikTok, if it got.
And then TikTok even more?
Kids would- Yeah, they're on that stuff. I mean,
All the time.
I have 2 teenagers in my house.
Yeah. Yeah, our Instagram, our things are big. So again, and that is, so where can we see? And also, YouTube. We put all our stuff on YouTube. So, and that's what the thing is, before you start doing your curriculum again, okay, so if you're making graphics, are you going one area here? Then graphics, probably not YouTube. We do a lot of YouTube because we do a lot of video, and my side there. So that's what's but also, again, your video boards. There's a lot of stuff here on video boards, so that determines your curriculum. Okay? Things like this. Where's your product going to be seen? It's going to be on video boards. It's going to be on Stripe. Are you making things for your Stripe channel or for your Stripe broadcast? Are you making commercials? Okay? Jeremy and I, we're talking about here. How many people have companies come in? Oh, let's make a commercial. Okay? You can put your commercial on your Facebook, Instagram, but mainly you do commercials on our Stripe. Okay? Again, we can generate money that way. Is that curriculum? Absolutely. Teaching kids how to make commercials and advertisements. First thing you go logos, ethos, and pathos, back to your persuasive. Okay, all your appeals that you can go through. It's kind of like marketing. Did I know anything about that? I knew logos, ethos, and pathos because I knew that to write a persuasive essay, but I had to learn all that. Okay, and that's what we can help you on. Have I made those mistakes? Yep, a lot. And a lot of people in our community have. But a lot of the community, we've kind of learned from those mistakes. We can help people out there just starting out. It's like, oh, what did you do to teach a commercial to your class? To teach an advertisement to your class? To have your kids go out into the community to shoot? And I tell you, Jeremiah was talking about here. Guys, people in the community love when your kids in your school can make advertisements. They really do. I mean, they're not, some are good and some are so-so. But people love them. Even if they're bad, you look at them and you're like, ew. It's kind of cringeworthy. You'll hand them people, they love them. Again, there's your lesson. This video is going to be on our Strive feed. So now I have my first lesson in my curriculum. How do I make an advertisement? How do I film? How do I shoot? How do I do all those things? Video boards, how they're going to be seen. Social media, how they're going to be seen. Okay? And the third tip I would say is, guys, let's create. Okay, so now we have that. Now, let's go make something. Let's go make something. Okay? And now we get to the curriculum. And again, the kids always go, okay, what do you want to create? Hold on. Guys, what's our objective we want to do? Okay? And this is something that you guys start thinking about yourself too. What do you know? Some of you guys know more things than others. Some of you know you're better, your technology needs. Okay? I always say this. When people I talk with, it goes, what's your technical skills? How good are you with a computer? Okay? And what I mean by computer for me, it's software. Because invariably, I use a lot of software. I use computers all the time. I have my computer lab in my classroom. Teachers will come into me and they'll hand their computer and they'll go, Goff, I'm having a problem with my computer. Can you help me out? No. She goes, but you work with computers. I work with a couple pieces of software. Marcus works with computers. It's sent into Marcus. Okay? But you'll get this. I love these questions all the time. They'll ask me that. He goes, I know my software. How good are you with your software? And the next thing is, another one here. We teach framing and composition. Before we make a commercial, guys, let's do a project on the rule of thirds. Do you guys know what the rule of thirds is? They're like, no. Let's do a lesson on that. How do you frame something on that camera to make it look good? How about equipment usage? Do you guys know how to change the white balance? Do you guys know how to color correct on your camera and on your software? And they give you, no. Let's do a lesson on that one. So when we do create these, they look good. Okay? And then we get the conceptual understanding. Okay, we always hear media literacy all the time. Okay, I'm not going into media literacy. But I always tell students all the time this, guys, what's your story? And they look at me strange because, guys, I'm an English teacher by nature and training. If you're going to make a video and there's no story, what's the point of the video? What's the story? If you're making a hype video, what's the story? And some of them are really good and some of them are not so good, but the kids try. A graphic, what's the story? What's the point you want to get out of it, guys? Instead of just throwing it up there, what do you want to get out of this? Okay? Again, I'll go through a couple examples of these things here. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know. Like I said, I can share my curriculum. It's out there. Our intro media curriculum is on the Future Ready. I have Media Pro 1, Media Pro 2. I have plenty of lessons out there that I've tried, I failed, redid again, and helped and did. I can give this all to you. But I just don't want to flood you with mine because, again, my school looks different than your school. So you tell me, what do you want to go to? What's your story? What do you want to do in your school? And I'll help you. I'll work with that. Okay? Because I have time to talk about equipment usage. Maybe you go, I don't have that. I have to set up for the kids. Cool. Okay? And then we get to some project ideas. And again, I'll take the 3 areas here. When I start getting an audio here, people ask, okay, about different projects. Projects are hard, aren't they? Projects are really, really hard. Okay? So start throwing out some ideas here. We talk about audio production. What can you do in audio production in your curriculum? You guys ever tried podcasts? Podcasts are great. I love listening to podcasts. And again, as an English teacher, love podcasts. We listen to podcasts. We break them down. We talk about the structure of podcasts. Okay? Podcasts are getting popular. In fact, some of our English teachers are using podcasts instead of using a textbook. What's the difference? There's nothing. You're still learning about symbolism. and all the wonderful elements of it, okay? Interview skills, okay? Those are always good. Do you have a computer out there with a microphone? Teaching kids how to frame up a good interview. Okay? Or have some fun. You know, I've seen, I don't know, is any school here, anybody do that it was like the 90-foot walk or 93-foot in basketball?
It's a rural.
Was it Aurora did that?
Yeah,
Where's
Rod.
Havens at?
Yep.
Rod, we'll text Rod. Okay? They did really cool. And it's a great interview where they start on one end of the basketball court and they walk to the other end of the basketball court. How do you frame that up? Do you have good audio? Okay, what questions do you ask? No, we don't want those closed-end questions. We want open-ended questions, right? Again, all those are mini lessons before you do your interview. Dance remixes. My daughter is a dancer. She just had her last day of recital yesterday. They had like 6 days of recitals. And yeah, I always look at this. I have two boys in college and I have a high school dancer. So which one is more expensive? The high school dancer over the 2 boys combined. I have girls in our dance team in school, and they do their dance remixes. So the dances on our audio software, which we're an Adobe school. But I think we use Audition. Audacity is free, and they do about the same thing on Audacity. And the girls love mixing music with that. Secondary sounds. We teach secondary sounds. What I mean by that one is you do a hype video, or in the video is, and I always teach students if we take, I got a great clip from the movie Zero Dark 30. A great movie came out, Zero Dark 30, where all the sounds, the talking is taken out, and all you hear is the secondary sounds. And we break those down with the students. So you hear the crunching of the feet, the car engine. And it's funny, there's like a terrorist attack, and all these kids, these guys pull their guns out, and you hear this click, click, click of the guns. I'm like, no gun ever makes that noise, ever. And the kids are laughing, like, yeah, that's true. But the movie media expected. Those are secondary sounds. When you're in a football hype video, go on there to the guy, you know what? Go find some sounds like crunching of pads, or maybe a whistle blow in the background. Add those in, it adds ambiance to your video. Teach secondary sounds. Background moves. You know, we have so much in broadcast journalism that we do with our Strive. Okay? Soundscapes, Foley projects. I know Marcus, you still guys do your Foley project? Anybody know what a Foley project is besides Marcus? No. Guy, have you tried one?
A little bit.
They're so much fun. The kids love them. And it's craziness in your classroom for about 2 weeks. It is absolute craziness. What a Foley project is, and here's a great project to do. I have one example here. Is it going to work? Back. What a Foley project is, I'm not going to how I get the name Foley, but you give them a video like this. You take all the sound out, and the students have to generate their own sounds. Now, sometimes they're like, and it gets really loud in your classroom. And they'll start looking at some really weird places. They'll take cameras and microphones. You're like, just don't go into a bathroom. But they'll get really, really creative. And I let some students use like electronic sounds they can download too. But this student did this came from my Media Pro 2 class. But you can make it really smaller. Pixar movies are great. Jurassic Park, where the velociraptors come into the kitchen, great scene. Let's go, Hitler. Okay, that's a Foley project. Again, all that sound was generated by the kids. They have no sound whatsoever in the project. And I have like 5 or 6 different videos I've found and used. And the kids get to choose which one. You get it from Cars, right?
Yeah.
That was awesome, by the way. I never was one time. This was all lifted. And there's 400. The kids really have a blast with this because you listen to it. Okay, now all sound's gone and you got to put that sound in. You're an audio operator. You're an audio generator. They got to get timing down. Not only timing, they have to get volume. Okay? Now, when I went back, a project idea like unranked curriculum is a soundscape kind of the same way. It's a little smaller project. But these are different ideas. Okay? When we do our curriculum here, think again, what do you want to do? Okay, I can do a lot of stuff because I want to put stuff on YouTube or our own in-house internal. Like that Foley project. The kids have it, they post it. I don't post those a whole lot. Some kids might say, oh, you can post mine. But then a lot of people have to explain what a Foley project is. But the kids really learn audio editing. And that's a really cool skill on how to edit audio. Video production. Here are 9 projects here. Okay? And inside those projects, okay, height videos, everybody talks about those. Interviews, player introduction videos, we got to do all those. Advertisements, we talked about that with documentaries. Hey, Jeremy just told me that Sandy Creek is doing an incredible, it's on
Our football team.
football team. Okay. GICC just did one of their volleyball team. I haven't seen that one. I don't know, it's got to be good. Have you seen it?
It was great.
Well, I know who put it together. I mean, he's awesome. It has to be really good. Okay. I'm actually excited about doing documentary. I'm going to be able to, my 4th level class. I'm excited about doing documentary. So again, I got 24 kids. I don't know what to do with them all. I have to create curriculum. So actually this summer, I'm learning how to put a unit together on documentaries. Okay. Broadcast journalism, PSAs. PSAs are awesome. You know, reason why PSAs are awesome? All the framing techniques and audio techniques is in the storytelling. Storytelling is huge in PSAs. But what's really cool is there's a lot of contests for PSAs. A lot of money contests in PSAs. Okay? And again, I go back to what's the storytelling you want to take? They have to have a point, and you only get like 30 seconds. And they didn't have the contest issue. They changed something, didn't they, Marcus? The safety council?
I don't remember seeing one.
I didn't remember seeing one either.
Yeah.
Because was it last year?
Won. Waverly, you guys.
Was it what you guys won? You guys won? It was a last year. Was it last year? We had a thing on distracted driving in Waverly. We won Class A. You won B. You won D1 or D?
D or C.
D or C. One of the two is. We won 3 of them. $2,000 check. $2,000. Drug programs. 3 of us. 3 of the 4 winners right here. PSAs are actually kind of cool. Kids actually like them. Promos. You do sporting events. What's your promotional video? Here's another thing. People always think, okay, what's your sporting event here? Okay. Also talking about what your clubs and organizations. Walk to your FFA teacher. Hey, we want to do a promotional video for you for next summer. Ooh. Okay. And I always say this in promos videos. When we get to that, curriculum always says, promo video. You have less than 30 seconds. In fact, you have about 15. And my kids look at me and went, huh? I'm like, guys, promos. They're on this, right? And then we do another lesson, and we open up YouTube. And we look at things called analytics. And on YouTube analytics, the number, like, people drop, like, they literally, YouTube tracks you, like, you drop off after like 15 seconds. It's like, they have like 5 seconds and 15 seconds. There's a reason why they have that on YouTube. It's because marketers want to know. Well, guys, and I had kids go, God, we had this really cool promo. I think they did it for our FCCLA. And he wanted to make like 45 seconds. No. Not 45. Make 2 20-second ones. Put the logo at the end. 2 different ones. Promote it over and over and over. Every 15 seconds, they see your logo at the end. The more you see it. Because if you have a 1-minute video, they'll give about 30 seconds and they'll stop. Trust me, look at the analytics, they'll stop. So make 15 second, make 20 second. Okay? And you can do a lot of promos. Every club, every organization, one act. You do promos all the time. People think sports, do activities. Man, clubs, advisors, like, oh, you do promo for FFA? Yeah. Okay, you have a camera? Yeah, it's called your phone. And don't film like this. Film like this, please. But I mean, our FFA advisor, it's like, please go out and film. You guys film some really weird, fun stuff. And give it to me. We'll make a promo video for you. We'll make the logo. Our kids will do this. And then movies. Okay, movies. Kids love doing movies. Some are good, some are bad. But you know, guys, that's the learning process. And that's what I give my second phrase I always use with students all the time is, guys, let's do some experimental failure. We're going to experiment, we're going to fail. And we're going to love failing. Okay, the kids did movies, they sit back there and they critique themselves. They went, oh my Lord, that was so bad because of this, this, this. Oh yeah, you failed. You still got your A because you followed all the rubrics. So what could you do better? And they're excited to come back to my Bearcat Vision class, but next one, and they want to redo the movie again. They want to redo it again. Cool. Okay. So again, we're talking about different projects. Okay, here's 9. Okay, and that's just a video production. Okay, and even from these, you can break these down. Okay, but again, what do you want to do? Guys, again, don't fret about your ability. I was there. You know, I could quote Gatsby more than I could quote video production 10 years ago. Okay, it is what it is. We'll help you. We'll help you. But also here's another thing here for curriculum. Don't forget the small stuff. Okay, here's some really cool curriculum ideas. You guys think about, okay, what do I want to do? All the kids want to focus on big ideas, right? I'm gonna make Hoosier really work now. Get his arm working out. Guys, everybody thinks, oh, let's make a movie. Now, slow down. How about deconstruct a video? We're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to show you how we deconstruct a video in a second. Okay? How about a movie trailer analysis? You guys ever use Edpuzzles? I love Edpuzzles. Okay, if you never use Edpuzzle, they're actually really kind of cool. Because you can take a video from YouTube, a clip, and you can ask questions, and you can put it right in. Okay? We break down movie trailers all the time. What was good cinematography? What was bad? What was good sound? What was bad? Okay? I have what's called formative assessments. Am I about out of time?
Yep.
Okay. I'm good, I'm about done. Formative assessments means, guys, here's a 5-minute lesson. Can you create a text element in Premiere Pro and show it to me that goes behind this lighthouse? Here's a video of a lighthouse, right? I want the word lighthouse, but I want it to go scroll in and go behind lighthouse. Here's a YouTube video that shows how to do it. Show me how to do it. Takes 5 minutes, sometimes less. I do them every Monday. Okay? And here's some, that's Adobe Made Simple. Subscribe to that. They got really a lot of cool little things that he does. That's where I get all my ideas from. Premiere Gal, she's great. Okay, I have a breakdown Adobe Premiere. Premiere Basics, Cinecom.net, and Film Riot. Okay. Oh, okay.
Rob, are those educators or are they professionals?
Those are all professionals.
Yeah.
Those are all professionals. Again, these are the ones I got. These are getting my formative assessments from. Because, you know, the software is so intense, it's so big, I don't know what's there. So I'm like, what am I supposed to teach today? So I kind of go through, I peruse, I look at some of this, and go, oh, that's a really cool one. Because what happens is kids will make a cool video, but then you'll see that they'll do the same effect over and over and over again. So you know what? If I can do a formative assessment at the start of every Monday, here it is, guys, 5 minutes, here's your formative assessment. Here's the video, here's what I want you to do. Guys, I don't even have to, most of them, I don't even have to make the video for it. Here's a link to YouTube. Just listen to this guy. He's going to tell you what to do. Show me you did it. Take him 5 minutes, they do it. Moving on, now they learned a new trick. Okay, actually the last thing I'm gonna show you here, because I this up. We're talking about deconstructing videos. You know, we all saw the Husker video for the women's volleyball team. We asked the kids, okay, how they do that opening.
Here to our fans, and they stepped up and have been since 2001.
We tell the kids, they open, how they do that. Got it. They figured it out. Okay? See the girls up here have this lens flare, how they do that. That's deconstructing a video. We spent half a class doing this. But when they did that, they see videos like this and they think, this is really, really awesome and cool. And they find out, we can do that. We can do this. But yeah, you can. You just don't have a $10,000 camera and you don't have Memorial Stadium.
You don't have
And you have John Cook talking in the background. But can you do the video? Yes. Then let's do that video. Because eventually, you might get things like this. And this is what I'm most proud of. This is where my kids are at right now. I'd love to see where you guys are. I got a kid at Rivals. Kid started his own company, 308 Media. Kid at Central Community College. Student just took the sports director job at North Platte Post, Kim Rath. He's a Carney guy. Jeff Ekstrom is at Rivals. If there is a Strive Hall of Fame, if Jeff Ekstrom is not on the first ballot, Strive Hall of Fame, then I'm going to boycott Strive. Okay? True? UNK. I got kids at UNK Football Creative, Loper Vision, K. Loper Sports Director. I had a girl watch Creighton basketball. I know, it's Creighton. It's okay. She literally spammed the creative director and said, I have a camera I want to create. He texted her back and said, sure. So she did it pro bono because she wanted to. 2 days later, she texts me, I'm on the floor of a nationally televised Creighton basketball game taking shots and videos. She's a freshman, college freshman. She's actually at UNO. She's not even a Creighton student. Okay? And I was like, you're at UNO. She goes, we don't have a good basketball team. I had a kid at Husker Football Creative. If you watch Husker hype videos, he made them. Help me. Husker Creative. It's called the Corn Creator. Husker Vision. We all heard that one. I got 3 students start Husker Vision next year. And I think there's 5 total Strive kids. I think 5 Strive kids are starting Husker Vision next year. Nice. Emerging Media. If you've never toured the Emerging Media, you got it. Can it pay for your way? Yeah. I know it can pay for a way because my son is heading to Georgia Southern. Full ride grad assistant job. What's he doing? He's going to make videos for Georgia Southern football team. They're going to pay for his master's, and they're going to give him a monthly stipend. Why? Because he made videos for Husker football. That's literally how he got that. What's that?
And they beat us.
And they beat us. He's moving up. I know. I told him, we're going down there next week. We're going to go down there. And we're like, dude, you got to own it. Yes, thank you for beating us. That means we got rid of Frost. That's the only way we can do it. You're going to get Frost. But they're out there, kids. Okay, again, I'm done. I'm talking here. But your curriculum, the only things I really want you guys to think about and know is find your path. Where does it end? And guys, be ready to fail. And have fun failing. And show me your failures. Because they're like cooler than the successes. Okay? Have a great day, guys. I'll talk to you guys later on.